The NFL Madden League Season 1 8-2020 games and highlights coming up next of Week 1-1. Week 1-1 Arizona Cardinals 6 Seattle Seahawks 1-7 Final. Week 1-1 Dallas Cowboys 2-0 Minnesota Vikings 2-4 Final. Week 1-1 Cincinnati Bengals 1-7 Washington Football Team 7 Final.
today. From the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints taking on Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense now getting set here and leading them out in what could be his final NFL season. The game's all-time leading passer, that's Drew Brees.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That play doomed from the start thanks to the defensive effort of Grady Jarrett.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Week 1-1 Green Bay Packers 7-2 Indianapolis Colts 6-3 NFL matchups 2-0-2-0.
And the completion, but now they face third down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's taken on the 25. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? The season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
now. Ryan on first down.
Week 1 NFL 2020 matchups: Los Angeles Rams 6-3, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-3.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on second down. Ryan, open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
18 on the play.
Now Ryan on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 10 more there and another first down. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
Their own 25-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Number 41, Alvin Kamara.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
46-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and
Brees looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Michael Thomas. That's good for a Saints.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Falcons 7, Saints nothing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brees. Left side here to Sanders. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Complete to Emmanuel Sanders.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
The Falcons 30-yard line.
Brees, a quick throw out to Thomas. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some...
Now Brees wants the football, and the Falcons say they have it, they do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Left side here, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, so far, a little bit more resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
The 6-yard line.
Throwing again, Ryan. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for. That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
At their own 30-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Brees. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field comes the offense and Hayden Hurst. And he's proving again why tight ends can be so valuable in this league. He's over 150 yards.
They just continually create mismatches because of their body frame, their athletic ability. You put a little guy on them, a small corner, they can often overpower them. You put a bigger linebacker on them, they'll run by them. You name it, they almost have the last move if this were a chess game. That's why they're so valuable.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now it's Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards.
They've done an excellent job blanketing Julio Jones here in the first half. That's just his 2nd catch. So as they head into halftime, the Falcons have to ask this question of themselves. How do we get the ball to number 11?
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. To throw is Ryan. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Julio Jones once again the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the route is on. It's 24-0.
Saints, nothing.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdown passes. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Taywan Taylor, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Deshaun Watson, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32.
It's player spotlight time, and we focus that spotlight on the quarterback, Matt Ryan. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Ryan's pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Ryan able to get this to Gurley. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
There's that man again. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. On first down, Ryan. It's on the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Now he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards.
Now Brees. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
The head coach is out of challenges now for the rest of the game. I'm not too sure he wouldn't like to have a few more challenges in his pocket.
And when they first started challenges in the NFL, people were wondering what's the right amount.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's a flat-out determination, but I do like where we are because I think it does leave strategy in the game, and the head coach has to make a decision about when exactly is the right time to pull the challenge flag. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Running room for Kamara on first down as he takes this forward. It's a gain of 7 there on first down. 2nd and 3 coming up.
42-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brees. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throw over the middle, taken in. And we brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Brees now to throw. Gets this to his standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. Tussle throw, and this is going to be caught. touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. Atlanta. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Ryan. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. First and 10, it's Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And they have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Falcons add on. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's complete. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
For a seat.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Brees finding Kamara, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brees. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Brees on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Ryan wants to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Ryan will throw again. Falcon into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brees. Over the middle to Smith. They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Brees now on 1st down. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Brees, a good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.